Hello guys, welcome back to another video. It's me, Counterspell Hater here, and let's get into it. Today we're going to be looking at infinite combos. So let's get started. So first of all, we have this combo. It's an infinite attack phase combo. Let me arrange a little bit. So what you need is on your battlefield, you need Land and War Tribe. For this, I use Land and War Tribe. Sorry. You need Land and War Tribe, Whisper Silk, Cloak, which is an equipment that says equip creature is unblockable and has Shroud. Well, make sure that first the equipment is not on Dragon. Your 6/6 Dragon, which you will also need to have been created by Utrava Hellkite. So first you will cast Breath of Fury, attaching it to the 6/6 token. Then you will equip Whisper Silk Cloak using Land and War Tribe by tapping it for 3 green mana and using 2 of that as colorless to equip Whisper Silk Cloak to the Dragon creature token. So now you got it set up. Now all you need to do is attack with just the 6/6. You can attack the Utrava Hellkite, but this is just all that's necessary. So then you attack. And since it's unblockable, it gets through. Breath of Fury triggers. Well, hold on. I made a mistake there. Utrava Hellkite first triggers because the attack triggered. Because the dragon you control attacked, you create another 6/6. Oh, and don't forget to make sure you have something that can give haste. I almost forgot that. Now, back to the combo. So this is now, you've got your 6/6, you've got something that's giving everything haste, and now you have dealt your damage, triggering Breath of Fury, sacrificing the dragon token. Whisper Silk Cloak becomes unattached. Breath of Fury, however, untaps all of your creatures. You get an extra combat phase after this phase, and then it also becomes attached to another target creature you control, and you're going to attach it to the dragon that was made by Utrava Hellkite using Land and War Tribe. You're going to make 3 green mana, use 2 of that to equip Whisper Silk Cloak. You're going to do that over and over again for infinite combat and possibly infinite dragons, depending on how many dragons you're attacking with each combat. Because Utrava Hellkite gives you a 6/6 dragon each time you attack with a singular dragon. So keep that in mind, and don't forget to have a permanent that can give stuff haste. It's kind of what I forgot here. Other than that, this is a great combo for infinite combat. Infinite attack triggers. You can add doubling season to this for double the dragon, so infinite tokens as well. Anyways, next we have this combo here. It's a bit complicated, but it's easy. So this is compute. By the way, these are all computable, I believe, with standard and commander, so you'll be able to use these. But some cards are banned, so keep that in mind, like Kiki Jiki, if you're doing like World Championships. But for fun, standard and commander, I believe it's free range. So anyways, Kiki Jiki, Mirror Breaker, if you don't know what he is.
Alexa, start a 1 hour timer.
Haste 2/2.
1 hour, starting now.
Tap, put a creature token into play that's the copy of target non-legendary creature you control. That creature has haste. That creature token has haste. Sacrifice it at the end of turn. So you're going to target your component collector, which says, well, what matters, I guess I should say, is whenever day becomes night or vice versa, you may tap or untap target non-land permanents. That's very important for this combo. Next, you have Nyx Bloom Ancient, which triples mana whenever you tap a permanent for mana. And then you have Catletta Dawnheart Prime. Or anything that can add mana for that mana that is a non-land permanent. For this, I use Catletta because it's from Innistrad Midnight Hunt. What matters here is human creatures you control have tap, add 1 mana of any of this creature's colors, which includes Catletta Dawnheart Prime. So make sure she isn't summoning sick. And then the Celestius, 2 parts of its text matter. First, right here, 3 to tap it. If it's night, it becomes day, and vice versa. Activate only as a sorcery. Whenever day becomes night or vice versa, you gain 1 life and you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. So then you're going to use Catletta to make 3 mana, and then you're going to tap the Celestius, and it's going to become day or night depending on what it is currently. Because you're 2 component collectors, they're going to trigger because they became day or night. So then you're going to choose to untap Catletta and the Celestius, or whatever non-land permanent you're using for your 3 mana. And you're going to keep on repeating this process, turning it day and night, and being able to gain infinite life and draw infinite cards, but you do have to discard. Keep in mind. There are some good cards that can be combined with this, like Heliod to give +1/+1 counters. For example. Next we have an infinite zombie or mana combo, or both, I believe. But anyways, on the battlefield, you will need Zafir Necromancer, Grimgrin Corpseborn, Paradise Mantle, Gravecrawler, and Xenograph in your hand. So Gravecrawler can't block 2/1. You may cast it from your graveyard as long as you control a zombie. So that's the first thing. Paradise Mantle says is for 0, equip 1, generic. A creature has tap, add 1 mana of any 1 color to your mana pool. Grimgrin here, what matters about him is sacrifice another creature, untap Grimgrin, and put +1/+1 counter on it. And then Zafir Necromancer says whenever Zafir Necromancer or another human creature you control dies, create 2/2 black. 2/2 black zombie creature token. So what you're going to do simply is cast Xenomorph, naming human, so then everything becomes human. You're going to attach Paradise Mantle to Grimgrin Corpseborn. Make sure he isn't summoning sick. And then what you're simply going to do is tap him for 1 mana of any color that you choose via Paradise Mantle's ability. And then you're going to untap him via sacrifice of Gravecrawler. Because Gravecrawler is a human thanks to Xenograph, making all creatures we control the chosen type, which is humans, Zafir Necromancer will trigger, making us a 2/2 black tagged zombie creature token. So from here, we can choose infinite mana or infinite tokens, I believe, or both. So infinite mana is you sacrifice the token, you cast Gravecrawler using 1 of the mana. Just make sure you create a black mana, and then you keep on casting Gravecrawler infinitely while sacrificing the tokens made by Zafir Necromancer, untapping Grimgrin. Oh my god, I just untapping Grim and making infinite mana, or you cast Gravecrawler infinitely while keeping the tokens, giving you an infinite army. So that's pretty good. The way you can make both work is just by having Rooftop Storm and all of this, casting the Gravecrawler for free, and then you got infinite mana and infinite tokens, I believe. Yes, yeah. Because you can sacrifice the Gravecrawler, untap Grim, tap him for mana, and cast the Gravecrawler for 0 because of Rooftop Storm, causing your zombies to be able to cost 0 rather than what they do cost. Understand that? Yeah, you should probably. Anyways, next we have another, speaking of Rooftop Storm, it's involved in a Canaris combo, just like Gravecrawler. But now we introduce Youll and Diagraph Colossus. So what matters for Youll is sacrifice another creature, scry 1, and Diagraph Colossus. What really matters is whenever you cast a zombie spell, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token on its battlefield attack. Rooftop Storm says, as I said, you may pay 0 rather than pay the mana cost for zombie creature spells you cast. And then Gravecrawler, well, you already know. So what we're going to do is sacrifice Gravecrawler to Youll to scry 1. And then because we control zombies, we can cast Gravecrawler for free from our graveyard. And Diagraph Colossus is going to make us a 2/2. And we're going to do this infinitely to have infinite tokens, but infinite scry as well. Infinite scry is actually better than what you think, because you can essentially look through your library, get whatever you want, put it on top, and in fact, go further and essentially order your library however you wanted. Yeah. Yeah. Next, we have this combo. Works in red, black, or anything that has red, black in it. So red, black, green, or beyond. Anyways. Nightmare Shepherd, Goblin Warchief, Squid the Immortal, Runaway Steamkin, and Skirk Prospector are all needed for this. Nightmare Shepherd, whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may exile it. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's a 1/1 and it's a nightmare in addition to its other types. Goblin Warchief, Goblin spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, 1 generic less to cast. Squid the Immortal, you may cast from your graveyard or exile. Runaway Steamkin, whenever you cast a red spell, you put a +1/+1 counter on Runaway Steamkin. Oh my god. And then if it has 3 or more, if it has less than 3 counters. And then you can remove 3 counters from it to add 3 red mana. And then finally, Skirk Prospector, sacrifice a goblin, add red. So what you're going to do here is first sacrifice Squid the Immortal to Skirk Prospector for 1 red mana. So it's in your graveyard right now. Since it has died, Nightmare Shepherd is going to trigger. So you're going to exile Squid the Immortal from your graveyard, and then you're going to create a token that's a copy of it, and you're going to sacrifice that token to Skirk Prospector. Now, since Squid the Immortal can be cast from exile, and Goblin Warchief makes it cost 1 less to cast, and we have 2 red mana, we will cast Squid the Immortal, giving Runaway Steamkin a +1/+1 counter. And then we're going to do this until it has 3, remove those 3 counters, add triple red, and we're going to keep on doing this for infinite red mana. Next, we have a very simple combo. All you need is Ether Flux Reservoir and then Platinum Angel. Platinum Angel says you can't lose the game, and your opponents can't win the game flying 4/4, 7 generic artifact creature angel. And then Ether Flux Reservoir, 4 generic for an artifact. What matters here is the pay 50 life part. Ether Flux Reservoir deals 50 damage to target creature or player. Because of Platinum Angel and Ether Flux being combined, you can do 50 damage infinitely to your opponents and their creatures, sending them into the negatives, like far into the negatives. And then here we have another Kiki copy combo. So all you need to do is cast Spark Double from your hand, copying Kiki. It will be non-legendary, which is important because Kiki only copies non-legendary creatures. So then you're going to simply tap Kiki, make another copy of Spark Double, which will copy Kiki, being non-legendary. So then that's another Kiki for you. And then you're just going to keep doing this until you have the amount of Kikis you want. And then you're just going to cast Dramatic Reversals, untapping all non-land permanents you control. And since they have haste, you can swing in. And they're going to have plus and plus counters because you may Spark Double enter the battlefield as a copy of a creature or planeswalker you control, except it enters with an additional plus and plus counter on it if it's a creature. If it enters the battlefield, if it enters with an additional loyalty counter if it's a planeswalker and it isn't legendary, if that permanent is legendary. Dear God, I cannot speak today. Anyways, so they're going to be buffed up, but that doesn't matter because you're just going to be having infinite of them. Ugh, Jesus. Next, this combo, we're going to be using Land of War Tribe again, and this time Paradox Engine. So we're going to cast Elite Arcanist from our hand. And as battlefield, we're going to exile Chaos Warp from our hand. And then using Land of War Tribe, we're going to tap for 3 green mana, and then we're going to use that 3 green to cast a copy of Chaos Warp thanks to Elite Arcanist. And copy or not, this is a spell, and whenever we cast a spell, we untap all non-land permanents we control, which results in Land of War Tribe and Elite Arcanist being untapped. And then, meaning we can essentially Chaos Warp whatever we want, as long as it is not Land of War Tribe, Paradox Engine, or Elite Arcanist. Other than that, we can Chaos Warp whatever you want. Or, keep in mind, you can do 3 insert sorcery with 3 or less, and then you'd have infinite mana and infinite of those cards. So keep that in mind. Next, infinite combo is very simple. All I need to do is cast Splinter Twin on Hyrax Tower Scout, enchanting it, and then enchanted creature has tap token that's a copy of this creature on the battlefield. That token has haste, exile at the beginning of the next end step, and when Hyrax Tower Scout enters the battlefield, untap target creature. So all you're gonna do is copy Hyrax Tower Scout by tapping it, thanks to Splinter Twin. And then the copy you make is going to untap Hyrax Tower Scout, and you're going to do that infinite times for infinite Hyrax Tower Scout tokens with haste. And if you add Yarok into this equation to double up the untaps, you can do some serious stuff. Like untap a Land of War Tribe and also have infinite mana. Speaking of infinite mana, that's what we're gonna get into right now. Waker Root Elemental, and then you need Azor's Gateway transformed into Sanctum of the Sun. Tap, add X mana of any color to your mana pool where X is your life total, and then 5 green. You can untap target land you control. It becomes a 5/5 elemental creature with haste. It's still land. So what you're gonna do is tap this and make sure you, of course, have above 5 life, which you probably will, thanks to the 5 life gain via Azor's Gateway's transformation into Sanctum of the Sun. And as long as you have 5 or more life, Waker Root Elemental, so we'll be able to untap this infinitely because you will tap this. Say you have like 20 life, so you'll tap this for 20 green mana. You'll use 5 of that to untap Sanctum of the Sun, and then tap again for 20 more. Untap, repeat the process you get the idea. Infinite mana, like by the hundreds. Sorry. Pretty cool. Next, this is a little complicated. So what you will need is for Day of the Dragons to have exiled a Domination Angel and a Shy Soul of the Wild. Doubling season won't work. I kind of forgot about that. But this is all that matters. For infinite ETB effects. So infinite life gain, this can be infinite mana too. This can be infinite +1/+1 counters, although those aren't going to last because you can be sacrificing dragons. Infinite card draw, infinite mill of your opponents, infinite damage. Pretty cool stuff. So how it works is you're going to have these two creatures and a bunch of other creatures, obviously exile with Day of the Dragons. And then you're going to exile, and then you're going to cast Banishing Light, exiling Day of the Dragons. And since it leaves, you sacrifice all dragons you control and then return the exile card to the battlefield under your control. So it's going to return a Domination Angel and a Shy Soul of the Wild to your battlefield. Because of the Shia, non-token creatures you control are force lands in addition to their types, and because of Domination Angel's landfall ability, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may exile target non-land permanent other than Domination Angel, and when a Domination Angel leaves the battlefield, return all cards with it to the battlefield, exile with it to the battlefield under their owner's control. So via Shia's ability, you're going to have a landfall trigger off of a Domination Angel, probably a lot actually. So then what you're going to do is exile the Banishing Light, which is going to bring back Day of the Dragons, exiling a Domination Angel into the Shia Soul of the World, which will then bring back Banishing Light, creating, if you keep doing this, you will create an infinite loop of exiling and ETB effects via Domination Angel, Banishing Light, and Day of the Dragons. If you don't get this, don't worry, there's plenty of other infinite combos you probably will get. Like this one. All you need is Mere Turbine, Clock of Omens, and Doubling Season for this to work. So you're just going to tap Mere Turbine to create a 1/1 colors mirror artifact creature token. But because of Doubling Season, that's going to be 2. And then Clock of Omens says tap 2 untapped artifacts you control. And then you can untap target artifacts. So you're going to tap those 2 mirrors to untap Mere Turbine. And you're going to do this infinitely for infinite tokens. And, well, as many as you want. So that's that. So then there's this one, Clock of Omens, once again, Pitless Plunderer, which whenever another creature you control dies, create colorless treasure artifact token with tap, sacrifices artifact, add 1 mana of any one color to your mana pool, which is Oven, which says tap, sacrifice creature, create a food token. If the sacrificed creature's toughness was 4 or greater, create 2 food tokens instead. So then you will need Academy Manufacturer. If you would create a clue, food, or treasure token, instead create 1 of each. So this can easily give you infinite mana, infinite card draw, and infinite life gain, whichever you choose. So all I just need to do now is tap Witch's Oven and sacrifice a creature that isn't one of these. Then, depending on its power and toughness, you may get like a food token or 2. But because of Academy Manufacturer and Pitless Plunderer, you're actually going to get a treasure, but instead, because of Academy Manufacturer being out, you're actually going to get 2 foods, 2 clues, and 2 treasure tokens, which can then be used by Clock of Omens to untap Witch's Oven. I forgot I would need something for this. Don't forget you need an infinite token generator. Probably could just use Mirror Turbine, considering all the tokens you're creating. It'll be fine. Silly mistakes, but that's okay. Anyways, what isn't a silly mistake is this. All black white mill, infinite mill. Imagine. So Altar of Dementia, sacrifice a creature, target player puts a number of cards equal to the sacrifice creature's power from the top of their library into their graveyard. Pitiless Plunderer, you already know. Divine Visitation. If one or more creature tokens would be created under, would be created under your creature tokens. Right. I did not read that. Well, you gotta read, folks. You could just use one of the infinite token combos and then Alter Dementia, but I messed that up. Whoops. But what I didn't mess up was this for sure. Paradise Mantle, you already know. Staff of Domination. So what really matters here is one, you can untap it, and for 3 generic, you can untap. You can tap it to untap target creature. Kark, and then you need Kark Clan Ironworks. Sacrifice an artifact, add 2 colors mana to your mana pool. And King Makar, the gold cursed, 2 generic and double black. Whenever he becomes untapped, you may exile target creature. If you do, put a colors artifact token named gold onto the battlefield. Yeah, sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana of any one color to your mana pool. So how is this going to work? You'll need Paradise Mantle attached to King Makar, the gold curse. So then you're going to tap it for 1 mana of any one color via Paradise Mantle ability. Dice Mantle's ability. Blah. So then, oh my god. So then what you need to do from there is for 3, you need to untap King Moskar, the gold cursed. So then he's going to exile a creature, target creature, and then you will get a gold, which can be sacrificed for 1 mana. But what you're going to, so now we've got the combo. So gold. So now this is tapped because you used 3 mana. So now tap this to untap Staff of Domination. And then what was I thinking? Did I mess up again? Okay, just add Doubling Season to this and then you'll be fine. Yeah, I forgot to add Doubling Season, or I just didn't do my math right. It's fine. Just add Doubling Season and everything will be okay, because you just need to then sacrifice 2 artifacts. So for 4, then you have 4 colors mana, and you just keep on untapping King Moskar, creating infinite mana. Exile. This would be an infinite exile combo, so you can get rid of all your opponent's stuff. I messed up. Yeah, sorry guys. What I did mess up on, I assure you, is this combo. I hope. Yeah. Ayula, Queen Among Bears, 2 generic for a 2/2. I mean, 1 generic and 1 green for a 2/2 legendary creature bear. Whenever another bear enters battlefield under your control, choose one. You're gonna choose target bear you control, fight target creature you control. Polyraptor. For 8 total, you have 5/5 dinosaur with enrage. When it is dealt damage, you create a token that's a copy of it. And then what you need here is Masterwood Nexus. 4 generic for an artifact. Creature you control or every creature type. That's what matters most. That's all I need to read. So all you need to do is play another bear, and then you will have Ayula's bear trigger target Polyraptor to fight a creature. It's going to be dealt damage. It's going to create a copy of itself. Because that copy is every creature type, including bear, you're going to then have that copy, thanks to Ayula, fight another creature, create a copy, and they're just going to keep buying. This is infinite removal, essentially, and infinite tokens. Give them all haste, call it a day. That one I didn't mess up on, but the other ones I did mess up on can easily be fixed. Now this one is actually rather strange. So if you didn't know, there is a persist combo that there was one creature that didn't allow -1/-1 counters to be placed on your creatures. That was the important part. And there's a creature with persist that when it entered battlefield, when it died, I believe, one of those two or both, it dealt 2 damage to target creature player, and then you would sacrifice that thing infinitely. Because of persist, it would come back normally with a -1/-1 counter, but because the legendary creature, I don't know what its name was, it wouldn't come back with the -1/-1 counter, so it could come back infinitely and deal infinite damage. This, however, does the same thing but with Undying. So let me explain. Your last messenger, Blight Beetle, Blood Throne Vampires, all you need on the battlefield, and then in your hand you need Harmless Offering. You're gonna use Harmless Offering to give Blight Beetle to your opponent, surprisingly enough. And what matters here is creatures your opponent's control can't have ++ counters on them. So now you can have +1/+ counters placed on your creatures. Your last messenger, when it enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 2 life. Undying. When this creature dies, it had no ++ counters on it, which make sure beforehand, before any of this has no ++ counters on it. Return to the battlefield under its owner's control with a ++ counter on it. And then Bloodthorn Vampire, sacrifice a creature, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Blight Beetle can't prevent that. So because Blight Beetle is on your opponent's side, your last messenger will come back, but without the the ++ counter, thanks to Undying. And because of Bloodthorn Vampire, you can sacrifice it infinitely, making Bloodthorn Vampire infinitely big and causing your opponents to lose infinite life. How cool is that? Wacky, but still works. Next, this one, I believe I didn't mess up. Right? Yeah. Okay. So in your hand, you're gonna need Goblin Instigator. Like, you're just gonna need any 2 goblins on the battlefield, or any creatures for that matter. So you're gonna cast Goblin Instigator. It's gonna create a 1/1 goblin, and then you're gonna tap Cranko Mob Boss to create a number of red 1/1 goblins equal to the number of goblins you control. So you control 3 or more right now. So let's say you just have these 3. So you're gonna make 3 more, right? Oh my god. So you're gonna sacrifice, leave 2 of them to Ashnod's Altar to add 4 colors to your mana pool. 4 colors mana to your mana pool, and then you're going to use that for 3 tap Staff of Domination to untap Cranko Mob Boss, and then the remaining one you're going to use to untap Staff of Domination, and then you're going to do this infinite times for infinite goblins. and possibly infinite mana if you want, because Ashnod's Altar is also involved in this combo, which is nice. Next is Skirk Prospector, Training Grounds, Hishalk, Mons, I think. I don't know. Goblin, and then Goblin Instigator in your hand. You're going to cast it. Boom. And then you're going to sacrifice the 2 goblins. So Goblin Instigator and the 1/1 red goblin. It created 2 Skirk Prospector. Actually, no, I take that back. Okay. Oh no, you're going to use Mon's ability here, but because it costs 2 less to activate because of Training Grounds. Because activated abilities of creature control cost up to 2 less to activate. This effect can't reduce the amount of mana and ability cost to less than 1 mana. So this only costs 1 generic and a red to activate. So sacrifice Goblin, you're going to sacrifice Goblin Instigator to grade 2. It's going to deal, she's going to deal 1 damage to any target. It, I don't know. Going to deal 1 damage to any target. And then you're going to create 2 1/1 red Goblin creature tokens. So then you're going to use Skirk Prospector to sacrifice 2 of the 3 goblins you have, because there's 1 from Goblin Instigator. And then you're going to use that mana to just sacrifice the remaining goblin that you have to Mons here. Create 2 1/1 goblins. Throw 1 damage anywhere you want, where it's your opponent's face, planeswalker, or a creature. And you have 2 goblins. So right? Sacrifice. No, wait, hold on. Once again, we need doubling season. And then this combo works, is then you can sacrifice infinite goblins. Create infinite mana. I kind of messed this up. Sorry, guys. But I know I didn't mess this one up. This one's easy. In fact, you probably could use this. Stormkin Artist. Magecraft, whenever you cast a copy and instant sorcery spell, create a treasure token, and then expansion, explosion, and Narcissus Reversal. So you're gonna cast the expansion side for no good reason. Right? So it says copy target instant sorcery spell with converted mana cost 4 or less. You may choose new target for the copy, and then you're going to cast Narset's Reversal. And you've already got 2 treasures, right? So then you're going to leave, or you could do this the other way around, because either way you're gonna, so Narset's Reversal, you're going to copy expansion here, and then the original expansion is going to be returned to your hand. And then I guess just to make this simpler, since you have a copy on the stack, you're going to, well, and that can actually target Narset's Reversal, which will return the original one. No, wait, hold on. Okay, all I just need to do is make sure, I guess, hold on. So while there is one on the stack, one of those expansions on the stack, you cast the original expansion, targeting the copied expansion, and then that copy of expansion will target your original expansion, and then, which will then make another one, and they'll copy themselves infinitely. You get that? All right. So as they're copying, Stormkin Artist is creating treasure tokens, giving us infinite mana. I think I made that more confusing than what it needed to be, or I did just for, I don't know. Sorry. But you know this expansion combo. It's been seen in MTG Arena. It's broken. It's been used for Sprout to deal with infinite damage. It's being used here to make infinite treasures. That's all you need to know. And then finally, our combo, our last combo, is Wildwood Scourge and Artificial Evolution in our hand. So we're gonna cast Artificial Evolution, and it says change the text of target spell or permanent by replacing all instances of one creature type with another. The new creature type can't be legend or wall. So this effect doesn't end at end of turn. So we're going to change Hydra here to anything that isn't Hydra, so human, for example. So now, so it used to say whenever one or more plus encounters are put on another non-Hydra creature token, creature you control, put plus encounter on Wildwood Scourge. Now it's whenever one or more plus encounters are put on another non-human creature you control, put plus encounter on Wildwood Scourge. So then all you just need to do is put plus encounter on any creature. Then Wildwood Scourge will trigger anything that isn't a non-human in this case, or not the creature type that you chose, to be clear. And then Wildwood Scourge will put a plus counter on itself, and then because in this case it put a plus counter on a plus counter was once again put onto a non-human creature for this instance. Wildwood Scourge is going to trigger again. It's going to trigger infinitely because a plus counter is being put onto a non-human creature. Just make sure you don't have any sort of shapeshifter interactions or that stuff like changeling. Other than that, this will be an infinite plus counters Wildwood Scourge combo that's actually cannot be stopped. And then you can cast something like Severed Strands to sacrifice it and gain a bajillion life, or you can use a fun card named Fling, and your opponent's going to be gone because of Fling. Anyways, yeah, sorry I messed up on some of those infinite combos, but those were easy fixes. I hope you enjoyed this episode today. Love you all. If you want more of this content, please let me know by hitting the like button, smashing subscribe. We're only at 7 right now. Hitting the notification bell and sharing this video with others and leaving a comment for positive feedback. Love you all who are supporting me, and thanks for watching. Bye.